How about the company of these high horsepower Mazda MX-5s taking to the high banks of the Las Vegas Oval? It's the ARC's MX-5 Cup semi-final from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Jeremy Brio in the standings. Tom Sears and Seth Wansing, who are tied for third in the points standings, are not here tonight, so we'll see just what they're giving up over the next 45 laps of action. We're glad to have you here, whether it's Twitch, YouTube, or iRock TV. I'm Rick James, here to bring you uninterrupted green flag coverage of the MX-5 Cup semi-final. Aiden Norman and Dustin Painter are on the front row. The green flag is in the air. Let's go racing! Hornets buzzing all over this racetrack, leading lap number 1 under the lights of Las Vegas. Tommy Reynolds sits ahead of Jeremy Brio, Riley Wright in third, but who can tell? 4 wide. 2 rows deep, and there's contact already. Noah Belleville's involved. Will it keep it together? Matthew Leiter going for a spill, but he saves it. Minor contact, but the majority of the pack keeps it moving. Jimmy Kerr, Tommy Reynolds, Jeremy Brio, your top 3 that survive out of that. We stay green. Matthew Leiter going for a spill, 4 wide. Back down to 3 wide, and sanity somewhat prevails at Vegas. And breathe. Well, no, never mind. Now there's a crash. Dustin Painter goes around. Noah Belleville will survive it. Jimmy Kerr the third in his Stevie Wonder number 8 car in that 12th position. Jeremy Brio in the lead, Aiden Norman in second, and one of the Bluegrass Bandits, Riley Wright, sits in third. Now you can breathe. And what a start to this one. Let's have a look here. Matthew Leiter really kind of kicked this off, and I'm surprised they didn't just lose everything here in this first corner. Let's have another look. How he was able to hold on to that one beyond me. I don't think he made contact with the wall. Let's have a look at Leiter from another angle. Looks like the 41 of Noah Belleville made some contact. Leiter is not going to make contact with that wall at all. And then comes the rest of this. Now check this out. Keep your eye on the number 8 of Jimmy Kerr. He's the charcoal-colored car to the top side. He's got Aiden Norman in the Spetsy car on the outside there, and the 6'5 of Dustin Painter. I'm going to try and ward off that attack. Albert Ford getting a piece of that, but let's have a look. Was that netcode? No netcode at all. There was definite contact. Ryan Pennell gets a piece of that. The 41 of Noah Belleville does not get involved. But everybody's okay. Riley Wright being scored as your leader. Briley chose not to come down pit road. Let's see if we can bother the Bluegrass Bandit. Find out how he's enjoying his race, as we all are. Riley Wright, Rick James up top. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, if practice was anything to go off of, that was definitely something to watch, man. That was that was a pretty exciting crash. in the semifinal, but this is what we expected, man. We're gonna put these tiny zippy little roadsters out here, and they're gonna fly around this racetrack, and it's gonna make a great scene. How did you enjoy practice? Do you think you got a shot to win this one? What's up?
Yeah, practice was fine. I'm just getting used to how much these things pull up in the draft. I don't know if the front's actually where I want to be right now, but hopefully I lead a couple laps, then I'll probably end up maybe falling back at some point. I don't know how it's going to be at winning it because it's going to be a lot of luck, I think, on the last couple laps. But other than that, just hopefully just being there at the end and having a shot, hopefully it happens.
It's gonna put on a great show, that's for sure. I know we're mostly here for fun, you know. It's just a blast watching these things go around. But you are 7th in points. You're not that far off of Dustin Painter. It's kind of like a plate race, though, where we're just gonna have to watch you survive and just see who lasts the longest. You think hanging at the back is the way to do it?
It might be. Right now, I'm going to try out the front and see how it goes. It seems like it's going to be kind of hard to keep, I guess. And I know you're going to be getting ran over a lot from behind when you are in the front. So just kind of see how it goes. And hopefully I have better luck than what I had the last couple of weeks in these Mazdas.
It's going to be a show, that's for sure. Shout out to everybody back home in the great bluegrass state of Kentucky, my friend. You enjoy the show from up front. We're going to enjoy the show from our screens here. Hopefully we talk to you at the end, man.
Alrighty, yeah, hopefully so.
Lights are out atop the pace truck. Kentucky's Briley Wright is going to lead North Carolina's Aiden Norman across the line. How about Atlanta Racing, who gets knocked into by Aiden Norman? No fault of his own. Shout out to the man Atlanta, who's going to be lining up second from the inside with the green flag about to come out. Briley Wright on the inside of Aiden Norman as the cars tool out of turn number 4. Atlanta Racing lining up left-hand side, and the green flag about to fly. Restart on lap number 6.
Green flag.
We're racing again from Las Vegas. Trying to get a good shot of the cars rolling up the inside, and Briley Wright, who we just talked to, is flipping like a gymnast on the inside of turn number 3. Tumbling over and over like a Talladega crash from the 70s. You guys remember or have seen Rusty Wallace just flying down the infield. Looks like exactly what happened to Briley Wright. And we missed the crash entirely. So let's see what happens here. Coming into 3. Dustin Painter got a piece of that one. Looks like he got turned first. Briley Wright just gets popped over and just flies through the air, tumbling end over end. Ryan Pinnell from nearby Reno got involved. Matt Leiter again, his first start in the 6 race series, and he turns up to the semifinal just to crash twice. Hopefully it's better racing for him. Let's see what happened to Ryan Pinnell, the local driver. All right, so Pinnell just gets caught up. How about Dustin Painter? Oh, Briley Wright just got into Painter and fuses right into the 6.5. And there goes Briley Wright, who goes flying. Let's see what the world looks like from that 5.1. Another look with Briley. one more with Briley because it's hilarious. See if we can get him crashing down through the corner here. No, not really, but it was worth a shot. All right. It's the lighter side of sim racing, I guess. So Briley's gonna get the car repaired. He's gonna get some new tires. He'll be back to fight. But how about Season 4 TNT champion Thomas Andrews being scored as the race leader, rocking that number 2 MGD machine, and Jeremy Brio behind him. Let's bother this man and see what's up with him. Thomas Andrews, Rick James up top. What's going on, man?
Hey, not much. How you doing?
I'm fine. You sound rather despondent sitting in the lead. I mean, it's not a bad place to be, but we're only 9 laps into this one, and already we got a couple of big crashes, man. It's just like a plate race, man. It looks too intense for me. Hope you guys are enjoying it.
Oh no, this is a blast. I mean, you could get some huge runs. I think you could really push the guy in front of you. I pushed Jeremy from basically the last row there all the way to the front. You can really push as long as the person in front of you can hold the line. But you know, we're going 4 or 5 wide, so you're gonna have those wrecks. But it's definitely a blast out here.
It looks like a lot of fun, man. It's fun to watch. It's fun to sit here comfortable, not knowing that if I flinch too hard, I'm gonna wreck the guy next to me. But it looks like a blast. That's for sure, man. As far as the racing goes, it looks like it's too easy to call, man, because, you know, the fast repairs, you got enough of those. They're unlimited. The tires are going to be unlimited, so it's almost kind of actually just, as funny enough as it is to say, down to the skill of the driver when we're sending these MX-5s 5 wide.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you said, it's like a plate track, but you know, the driver does count. All the cars are completely equal. Tires, fuel may come into, it might be a few mileage race at this point, but if we get another caution, it won't be. So, yeah, it's going to come down to the drivers.
I can't wait to see what the rest of the race holds. It's fun to see a little holiday blast for you guys. Enjoy the rest of the race, man. And like I told Briley, and hopefully I don't put the curse on you. I told Briley hopefully we talk to you at the end, and the next time we saw him, he was flying through the air. So hopefully you stay planted on the ground, man. Good luck out there.
Gonna do my best. Thanks.
And New Jersey's Thomas Andrews will be starting from the front row when we go green this time around. If you've just tuned in, you haven't missed a thing. 13 Mazda MX-5s are lining up in the semifinal of the 6th race series. 45 laps on offer tonight, 67 miles in total. If they manage to go green for 25 laps, which is very improbable, it looks like they can go between 25 and 30 laps before having to pit. They've got unlimited fuel and tires. Well, at least unlimited tire changes, I should say. As many pit stops as they need, and as many fast repairs as they need. The green flag is out. Let's see how long they last this time. Not even turn 1. Mama Vols is in the chat. What's going on? Mama Vols. Caution is out once again. And they wreck into turn number 1. Just as Mama Vols joins. What's going on? And that, let's see what happens this time. Green flag comes out and they wreck into 1. Let's see what happens. Atlanta Racing getting turned around. Looks like Tommy Reynolds got a piece of that too. Let's watch. Oh, Tommy Reynolds coming out of nowhere and just destroying Atlanta Racing. Let's watch from the green flag and see what that was all about. Tommy Reynolds just going straight for the back end of the broadcaster and turning him around as quick as can be. And it looks like Atlanta Racing is out of the race, so not sure what just transpired. But, okay, well, that just happened. So Thomas Andrews is still leading. Noah Belleville in second. Matt Leiter up to the podium after being involved in the first 2 crashes. And Tommy Reynolds seemingly knocking Atlanta Racing out of contention, or out of competition, I should say. Noah Belleville sits in second, Matt Leiter in third. Riley Wright rounds out your top 10. North Carolina's Dustin Painter in 11th. See if we can talk to Noah Belleville and get his perspective on what the race looks like. Noah, Rick James up top. You got me?
You got me?
Noah Belleville, Rick James. You got me?
Rick, I can't.
How about one more time? Noah Belleville, Rick James in the booth. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Okay. Sounds like you can hear me. You're sitting in second. Brio behind you. It's been crazy, I guess is the word to say. 14 laps into this one, 3 crashes. What do you think your chances are to win this one?
Probably none. This was kind of last minute. I'm just riding around, to be honest. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do to win this, but survive.
I mean, I guess that's been the name of the game. That's what we said with Thomas Andrews. It's just going to be about surviving. So we'll see what happens in these next laps here. I mean, do you have a strategy, or are you just going to kind of ride it out? Because we've been saying all night it's going to be like a plate race, and that's what it turns out to be. We're sending these roadsters 4 and 5 wide, man. It's crazy, but it looks like fun.
Yeah, I'm just kind of winging it. I don't really have a strategy.
I mean, treat it like a plate race. I guess if you're just there at the end, you got a chance to win it, man. So keep your head up. Let's see what happens, and hopefully you avoid some crashes. That last one was pretty insane. Not sure what happened there, but,
oh, yeah, Reynolds was trying to Kyle Busch the restart and messed it up.
Well, your words, and that's now unfortunately and quite disappointingly taken Atlanta Racing out of contention. You keep your nose clean, and we'll enjoy the rest of this race, man. We'll talk to you later.
Yep.
And there's one driver's perspective on what happened in an otherwise fun race. So the lights are out on the pace truck, and this time we'll try to do it again. Now, last time I said we'll see how long they go, and they ended up making it to turn number 1 before the next caution came out. So can only go uphill from here. We're going to have approximately 30 laps to go when the green flag flies. How about Elridge George from Nassau in the Bahamas? He's up to the 6th position. Ryan Pennell behind Dustin Painter and Riley Wright, who are catching back up, so they can get a piece of this restart too. So we're going to have 12 cars restart the race. $30 laps to go, and if you've just tuned in and you have no idea what's about to happen, just watch. Watch and enjoy. This is going to be a treat for racing fans. The pace truck's going to peel off. The green flag will fly once again. 30 laps to go from Las Vegas. the fourth corner. They're going to make it a full lap as they spread out 5 wide down the front straight. Tommy Reynolds leading by 1/10 of a second. Aiden Norman in that second position. Thomas Andrews sitting 3 wide just on the... What is Dustin Painter doing on the inside of the racetrack? Check this out. Using that little MX-5 up the inside as Noah Belleville, Jimmy Kerr get caught up in a wreck, and the caution comes out again. We never planned for that little eventuality out of the 65, and Noah Belleville getting caught up in an accident after we told him not to. Way to go, Noah. And Jimmy Kerr gets involved on a wreck on lap 18. Let's see what happens. Well, there it is. The 8 gets into the 41, and they make contact. They're wrecking. Let's go back and watch Dustin Painter do what he just did, because that's pretty clever. In that 6.5. Now, we'll take a wider angle, because at first it looks like an actual great idea, but I don't think it really pays off for him. Watch the 6.5. Oh, no. How about Dustin Painter? There he is. I mean, he avoided the wreck, so, you know what? I'm not going to knock him for trying. It's a pretty good effort. Matter of fact, I'm kind of interested to hear what he was thinking. Let's find out from the North Carolinian. Dustin Painter, Rick James, from the comfort of his own home. How are you, buddy?
I'm having a ball, bud.
You got to explain to me what that move was in turn 1 and 2, because I just said we might have to create a yellow line rule for that, because that was pretty clever.
Well, actually, Aiden did it on the start of the race, and I wanted to see if it would work as we were up to speed completely. So it was interesting. I'll tell you, I think it'll probably kill your tires if you did it too many times.
I mean, we'll see what happens. Look, it's not in the rule book, so you go ahead and when you go back to the other drivers, you let them know it's not in the rules yet, but that is some pretty clever racing. So shout out to you and Aiden for discovering something new, man. But this racing is pretty crazy, man. It looks like fun, but it also looks pretty intense. And you're racing in VR too, aren't you?
I am.
So you're sitting there in VR while all of this is going on around you. And I mean, shoot, Riley Wright was flipping through the air, man. So I'm sure it's a different experience for you. Does it make it harder when you're driving in VR?
No, it's enjoyable. In fact, when it was in VR right there, it looked like Riley's wheel was about to hit my head. So you almost duck a little bit. You're like, oh no, you know, because I mean, it has that realistic feel to it. And yeah, when his car went up on top of mine, I was like, yep, I'm done for.
Thank goodness for those unlimited fast repairs and tire changes, man.
Yep.
And well, there goes the 8 of Jimmy Kerr, who goes for another skid again. He's been all over the place. I mean, I think it's gonna be like Darlington or Bristol. Everyone's gonna get some scratch on them tonight.
Oh yeah. We're what? Are we halfway yet? I don't even know if we're halfway yet. No.
Yeah, we're gonna have 25 to go when we restart the race. So we're almost there. Yeah. So
we've had like 10 cautions already. Yeah.
Yes, we have. So we're gonna continue, and we're gonna see how you all behave. But you enjoy the rest of the race, and you know what? If we were on DraftKings or FanDuel or WinBet or something, I would put a few dollars on you to win this one.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
All right, buddy. Well, hopefully we talk to you later.
All right, man. See.
Shout out to Painter. Shout out to everybody in North Carolina as well. Everybody watching, everybody racing. Aiden Norman, another North Carolinian, starting on the outside of row 1. Tommy Reynolds starting on the left side of row number 1. Elrich George in the top 5. But how long, really, is that going to last? We're going to go 4 wide immediately. So sit back, try to relax, and let's turn these Hornets loose again. Reynolds and Norman on the front row. Green flag is out.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Caution out once again. Thomas Andrews getting caught up with Thomas Reynolds. And after that dive bomb that Thomas Reynolds pulled on Atlanta Racing, it looks like he's gotten caught up in his second crash, and the Thursday Night Thunder Season 4 champion Thomas Andrews got a piece of that one again. Let's have a look. The 2 and the 7 just bump drafting to the corner. It looks like, oh, how about the 83 of Matt Leiter? He looks like he got a piece of Thomas Andrews there. Have a closer look. So, caution comes out again. Let's have a look here. We've got 23 laps to go. Briley writes, your race leader. How about Matt Leiter making his first start? He's in second, up 5 places from where he started. Tristan Catania in the 48 car sits in third with Aiden Norman in that 4th spot. So with 22 laps to go, let's bother New Jersey pilot Tristan Catania. Tristan, Rick James up top. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can, Rick. What's going on?
What's going on with you? You're in the top 3, getting a little holiday racing on as well. I mean, it's all for good fun, man. And I'm having a blast. Are you having fun?
I'm having fun. I want a really long green flag run now, because we're having some close rain, but I've had some guys spin out. But it's fun so far.
We've had 1 or 2 cautions.
Yeah, we've had a few.
You know, maybe
Not
like
that
8
big
or
of
9.
a deal.
But Briley's up front. Matt Leiter, this guy that no one's ever heard of, has now pulled up to the 2nd position. You are repping the state of New Jersey in 3rd with North Carolina's Aiden Norman behind you, and Elrich George rounding out the top 5 with, as we remind the fans, unlimited fast repairs and unlimited tires. Is there really any strategy involved, or like Noah Belleville said, is it just about survival?
Survival and towards the front, so tire wear is not really that much of a thing. But I don't know if you saw, I think it was Aiden before, went all the way down on the apron, did like a reverse Ross Chastain. That's going to be the move.
We've seen, you said the reverse Ross Chastain. Noah Belleville said that Tommy Reynolds was Kyle Busching the field. So now we're just, it's like wrestling out here. You're saying we're just pulling off moves after different drivers and seeing what happens?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I got the theme of the race here. So we're gonna have 20 laps to go when we get racing again, and like you say, hopefully we can go on a long green flag run, and we'll see if we get any more ingenuity out of the racing tonight, man. So like I told Belleville before he got in a wreck, keep your nose clean, and hopefully we talk to you at the end.
Sounds good.
So Catania will be restarting on the inside of row number 2. Matt Leiter on the outside of row 1, the aforementioned Noah Belleville on the outside of that 2nd row. Thomas Andrews at speed, trying to catch back up to the field that's on the back straight. Ryan Pennell at the back of it all. And we'll see what the man from Reno can cobble together on this restart. Matter of fact, no pressure. Let's start in the cockpit with Ryan Pennell. And he's going to take us for a lap around Las Vegas. Enjoy this view while we go green. It's going to be 20 laps to go in Sin City. Let's go racing.
Green flag, green flag.
Riley Wright sitting in third amidst a hornet's nest, as Repeat would call it, and they buzz into 3. Andrews leads single file top 3, and will they start to bump draft their way? Single file top 6. Jeremy Brio up to the inside, huge crash with the leader involved. Thomas Andrews gets caught up. Once again, the 8 car of Jimmy Kerr involved. Elrich George from Nassau in the Bahamas, your race leader. Well, we almost made it 1 lap that time. Let's see what happened with Thomas Andrews. Oh, Tristan Catania just getting on the flat of the racetrack, getting right into the Thursday Night Thunder champion. And let's see what happened with him. That's Aiden Norman, who went through the grass to avoid that. The 8 of Jimmy Kerr, he got a piece. So one Thursday Night Thunder champion involved. Another one skating through. And this is just off the restart. Have a look at Tristan Catania. He's drafting while Jeremy Brio now tries to move up the inside. Again, not against the rule book yet. Tristan Catania seems to be the catalyst of this one. He gets a strong bump draft into turn number 3. And he gets right up into Thomas Andrews. How about a look with Thomas Andrews? So Elridge George, now your race leader, Noah Belleville, in the 2nd position. And we're going to restart here with 17 laps to go. Let me try and talk to this man here, the Clearwater assassin from Nassau. Elridge George, what's going on?
What's up, man?
You're leading this race. You're repping the Caribbean. You're repping the Bahamas. And you're repping Red Bull Racing on your MX-5. What do you think? You got a shot to win it?
It's been a crazy so far, man, but I'm trying to stay clean and stay out of the chaos. So I'm just going to keep my fingers crossed, and hopefully I can make it through and get this checkered flag.
Plate racing is kind of your thing, El. We always see you running towards the front at Talladega, at Daytona, and with these MX-5s, it's kind of looking like that too. So we know you got a shot to win it. Who do you think is going to be there with you at the end, though?
I'll tell you, Jeremy and Aiden are always threats. My dark horse would probably be Ryan, because he always comes out of nowhere. So, but I'm going to try and see if I can pull this down for how much more, about 17, 16 more laps, and hopefully I'll be talking to you in victory lane, man.
Hopefully, stay strong, stay at the front, keep repping the Caribbean, and hopefully we talk to you at the end, man.
Appreciate it.
So Elridge George going to lead us back to green. Noah Belleville, Riley Wright, all in the mix in the top 5. Stay put, don't go anywhere. We're going to have 15 laps to go when we restart. And who do you got? I mean, if you were to bet on somebody, you've seen him race for 30 laps now. Albeit not most of it green, but you've seen who can make moves. So we'll see what happens in these final 15 laps. Thomas Andrews is going to come back around to try and get a piece of this restart. Looks like Tristan Catania going to do the same thing. And let's sit back and watch them come to green.
Green flag.
Norman to the inside, trying to use that low line against the wall to get to the front, but he's got no exit speed out of turn number 2, but enough to force the rest to back off. How about Jeremy Grillo in the 7-4 sitting ahead of Matt Leiter? Tommy Reynolds on the top side. Is he going to be left out of the top 5? Dustin Painter now in that Doritos 6-5, trying to come to the outside of the Taco Bell machine with 14 laps to go. They go 3 and 4 wide for the lead. How long will they survive? How about Ryan Pennell trying to make it happen up the inside in that Mountain Dew number 12, but just no exit speed out of 2, and it will cost him. Aiden Norman still sticking around in the front, and look at this 3-wide procession for first. If you love racing, you love that image. How about the 8 of Jimmy Kerr trying to go up the inside line 4 wide for second place, and it gets dicey into turn number 3. Jeremy Grillo off balance with an unnecessary bump draft going into the corner. They may be MX-5s, but they get loose just like anything else. But the 7-4 holds onto the bump draft into 3. He says checkers or wreckers. Lucky number 13 becomes the final Dirty Dozen in Sin City. 11 to go. Next time around, Painter to the high side, waving the flag for North Carolina, as is Aiden Norman, the Season 5 TNT champion. Jeremy Grillo for the state of Pennsylvania. And how about Elrich George for the Bahamas? Nassau, to be specific. He's in the mix, and there's Noah Belleville involved. Dustin Painter holds on. Aiden Norman spins in front of the 6-5. Caution is out, and Matt Leiter is your race leader with 11 laps to go. First lead of the night for the Georgian. Let's go back and see our most recent caution. I mean, you're not surprised. You saw it coming. And I tell you what, Aiden Norman took some scrapes. He spun around, but he kind of made it through okay. Let's have another look. Tommy Reynolds avoids Noah Belleville. Briley Wright avoided that crash also. Right in the 5-1, just stays at the back. How about Elridge George? It looks like he also missed this one. Oh my gosh, he just made it through. Let's ride in the cockpit with the Bahamian. Minor contact, but he makes it through unharmed. How about Dustin Painter? Ryan Pinnell makes it through A-OK. And Matt Leiter is your race leader, coming to 8 laps to go. Lights are off atop the pace car. We're going to let them focus and get back to work here. Let's have a quick word with Leiter, though. Matt Leiter, Rick James up top. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
8 to go, buddy. You got a strategy?
No.
Just hold on and survive. Is that it?
Pretty much.
We got 3 green-white checkered attempts, man. Hold on to it, and hopefully we talk to you at the end.
Hopefully.
Leiter's going to get back to work. We're going to take a very short break and be back for the green. Don't go anywhere. Ready to go. 8 laps left at the 1.5-mile oval. It's been a thrill so far for 36 of these laps. Will we finish in regulation? Will we go to overtime? Settle in and let's find out. Green flag is out. To the front, but does he have enough exit speed? It appears he does. Reynolds tries the same, but does not make it. Little exit speed for the 6'2", however. They race past him, and Norman, a moving chicane in the 3rd corner. Leiter still leads, 4 laps to go. To the inside at race speed. Jimmy Kerr will now go on the outside. Will they have exit speed this time around? It looks like they won't. James Kerr the 3rd to the lead. 4 wide for position behind them. There goes Noah Belleville, who gets turned by Jeremy Brio. Caution is out. We will have inside 5 laps to go when we restart this race. Your leader in the number 8, Jimmy Kerr the 3rd. Dustin Painter in 2nd, Ryan Pinnell in the 3rd position. Thomas Andrews rounding out that top 5. Noah Belleville sitting in 10th after being wrecked. Let's see what happened to the 41. Jeremy Brio is what happened to the 41. Let's have another look here. possibly a bit sooner than this. Just another racing incident. Guys going 4 wide and they wreck. Have a look with Brio. Guys just ping-ponging around each other, and the caution will come out once again. Jimmy Kerr, your race leader, and we're going to restart inside the final 5 laps. Fans at home, don't go anywhere. We're going to take a 60-second break just to keep it ad-free for the rest of the night, and we'll be back for what I'm sure is going to be a super thrilling finish. Fans, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 60. Ready to throw the green flag with 3 laps to go. Jimmy Kerr, Dustin Painter, Ryan Pennell, your top 3. And the restart has been waved off, so Dustin Painter will have to wait to put his foot down and try and get around James Kerr III. If you've just tuned in, you picked the perfect time to do it. We're going to restart with a green-white checkered. We'll see what happens in 3 attempts to get her done, and we'll see just how long these drivers last. So Kerr and Painter share the front row as the lights go off the pace truck one more time. We've got 3 attempts. How many will we use? Painter on the outside, Kerr on the inside. and 10 other drivers behind them that want to win the ARCS MX-5 Cup semifinal. These are the points coming into this race. We'll see just how they filter out by the time we're done. Kerr, Painter on the front row. Green flag is out. 3 miles to go. Pennell up the inside. He's got Norman behind him. Kerr still at the front. Norman now trying to go up the inside. The white line is not out of bounds. Painter to the lead in turn number 3. Still 3 wide. They're starting to lose a little bit of organization behind them. They all survive. Painter leading. White flag will be out if they make it to the line. And there goes Painter. He wrecks before they get to the line. Matt Leiter says he's collected the white flag. Dustin Painter being turned immediately before the final lap. It will be a race to the line. Tommy Reynolds trying to make it up the inside, but he has no exit speed. There goes Tristan Catania, who gets into Tommy Reynolds' block. Aiden Norman still a piece of this one. Ryan Pennell from Reno with a chance to win. He goes to the front. Norman to the inside on turn number 3. Pennell leading. Norman to the left-hand side. It will be a drag race to the line if Norman can get alongside him, but it's going to be Reno, Nevada's Ryan Pennell who wins the ARCS MX-5 Cup semifinal. Aiden Norman second, Briley Wright in third, Tommy Reynolds, Dustin Painter, Elrich George, Jimmy Kerr the third. Getting collected in that one, Reno's Ryan Pennell with the W in the semifinal. K-Rex in the chat cheering for Ryan. He's got a fan out there. And a win for the hometown crowd in Las Vegas. How about that? We're definitely going to check this final lap out one more time. But an awesome drive by Ryan Pennell to get the job done. And he's going to celebrate. And you know what? I think we've gone this entire race without making a single pun about rolling dice or gambling. No idea. Maybe we have. But that's not the point. Ryan's won the race. He's going to celebrate as one car decides to try and get in the way. But no worries. Ryan is your race winner. Let's go back and check out the final lap of that race. So straight away, Dustin Painter getting turned around. Ryan Pennell will go up the. Will he go up the inside here? He won't. So this is where Tommy Reynolds tries this. He tries moving up the inside. And let's watch this with the white flag again. Reynolds tries going up the inside, but then he throws the block on Tristan Catania. And obviously you don't expect Catania to try and stop him. Or you don't expect Catania to stop for Reynolds. And Reynolds just goes ahead and gets himself turned in turn number 2. One more look at the white flag. Let's ride along with Tristan Catania. Ryan Pennell with an excellent run out of turn number 2. Aiden Norman trying everything to run up that inside line to catch up to Pennell. And it looks like the Nevada driver gets it done. Checkered flag and flowers for Ryan Pennell. He's got the win in the semi-final. So he is going to be a part of the podium interviews, as is Aiden Norman. And how about Kentucky's Briley Wright? Don't go anywhere, fans. We'll be back in a moment with our top three. On the podium now with our top three. Let's start with Kentucky's Briley Wright. Well, Briley, it's not a W, but we are talking to you after the race, man. You ended up getting third, and you played a good game of survival out there.
Yeah, just 2 spots short. I should have done what Ryan did and stayed on the track right there, but I kind of expected him to wreck, so I went down to the apron and I just got a little too low and couldn't carry enough momentum. But I don't know. I kept riding in the back and riding in the back as much as possible, and just wasn't able to make it happen.
It's still pretty entertaining to watch. I mean, the strategy did pay off. You rode in the back. You ended up getting yourself a second place. And as far as the points go, headed into the final next week, you sit in third, 2 points ahead of Tom Sears. So one of those trophies really could end up being yours next week at Tsukuba, man. Are we going to see you fight for one of those trophies?
Yeah, hopefully so. Just hopefully the luck turns around, I guess, in these. This hopefully is going to keep heading in the right direction, and I can keep getting some better finishes in these races, because the other few haven't been too good. I also rolled it at the beginning of this race, and hopefully we'll keep that from happening again.
I'm keeping the footage of that roll. It was awesome riding along in your car and flipping end over end, man. We'll see you in a week, man. Congratulations.
I got a question. Did you count how many times I flipped?
I did not. You know what? But now that you've said that, I'm gonna do exactly that, and we're gonna post it. And just so, just so everybody can see. And you flipped on more than one axis too. You flipped side to side and end over end. So we're gonna count flips and barrel rolls.
All right.
All right, man. We'll talk to you soon. Good race.
See you, buddy.
North Carolina's Aiden Norman, the reigning Thursday Night Thunder champion, with a second place tonight. Dustin Painter said that you came up with that move, running the apron, trying to get those valuable positions. But as we found out, it only works on restarts.
Yeah, unfortunately. I don't know what compelled me to try it. I run the Mazdas a little bit in my free time, so I know they've not quite got enough speed in them for it to really matter around the banking, but it, yeah, it doesn't work at full speed. That's a little bit too much, but I still tried it on Ryan there at the end. I knew I didn't have enough speed to catch him before turn 4 anyways if I had stayed on track, so it was worth a shot, but sadly it didn't pay off.
Well, it may have not got you the win, but headed into next week's final race, you're leading Jeremy Brio in points by just 5 markers going into the road course at Tsukuba. So in a week's time, we're going to see you fight for that championship.
Yeah, it should be fun. Tsukuba's a fun track, and I just like running road courses in general, but I know Jeremy's going to be tough competition. He's not really one to back down from a challenge, and definitely not a championship, so it should be interesting to see how that goes. Hopefully I can find another shortcut like I did tonight.
We'll see what happens in 7 days, man. Congratulations on second.
Thank you, Rick.
And now our race winner, driver of the number 12 Mountain Dew MX-5 from Reno, Nevada, specifically the little place called Sparks. Ryan Pennell from the tiny farm just outside Sparks getting the W in his home race. Ryan, that was some finish.
Yeah, it was insane. We literally coming to the white flag, I think almost half the field wrecked, and at that point we couldn't call the caution because the leader had pretty much already gotten to the start finish line. So I just stayed in it, stayed at the bottom of the track, just about in the grass, honestly, and didn't get turned in that first wreck. And then coming into 1 and 2, I saw a bunch of them go down on the apron, and I knew that they were going to be coming back up on the track and not have as much speed. So I just stayed on the track and got the momentum off of turn 2. And then about the time I did that, they wrecked again in front of me. And then I went to the somehow made it through that. I really don't even know how I made it through that wreck. I'll have to go back and look at it. But went to the high side, got on the outside of Tri-Strand, and had really good run on him in the draft. Just pushed me past him. So went around him, got back in front of him, and then behind me, I saw him, I think, make contact with Thomas Andrews. And then really at that point, the only person I knew was close to me was Aiden. And I saw him go down in 3 and 4, and I saw that interval getting smaller and smaller. And I knew at that point I just had to stay in it and not lift. And luckily I got a good run off and made it back to the finish line first. So yeah, it was, that was probably one of the most intense and fun endings to a race I've been a part of on iRacing. So, these little cars always put on a good show, but just want to thank, all my fans and all of y'all. Without the members of ARCS, we wouldn't be able to do this on a nightly basis. So I just have a lot of fun racing with all my buddies and, my second family.
You talked about putting on a good show. You talked about doing this for family, Brian. I'm going to put you on the spot here just for a moment. We have the ARCS Toys for Tots event every year. We call it the Jingle Jam. We're going to have it at Homestead this year. Ryan, give us just a brief date on that and how people can participate.
Yeah, it'll be this Saturday. Practice will open up at 5 p.m. There'll be 2 hours of open practice for anyone and everyone that's registered for the race. And then at 7 p.m. we will qualify, and then around 7:10 we'll start the race. It'll be 100% length.
I'm so sorry, Ryan. I'm going to cut you off. I meant more. Let's talk about how folks can get involved in the donation for Toys for Tots.
Yeah, sure. Well, I know that it will be live on iRock TV, and that link will be posted throughout the night. So tune into iRock TV. Like I said, it goes live at 7 this Saturday, and that link will be posted in the chat pretty much all night long. So, just make sure you tune in, click on that link, donate, and we'll try and help some kids that, are less fortunate than the rest of us.
Absolutely. The holiday racing continues, not just on Rick James TV, but iRock TV Media as well. Ryan, congratulations on your win. Thank you to everybody who showed up in tonight's race, participants, fans alike. Don't forget, this Thursday night, we're taking the V8 Supercars to Oran Park in Australia, and the ARCS Race of Champions continues right here on Rick James and iRock TV. 8 p.m. Thursday, December 14. And until that next race, everybody please stay safe. Do take care.